For about 2 hours. Then there's a big lake. We shouldn't go there at all. We should make a right, and then it's gonna take a few hours, and then we make a stop. We get some rest and some food. And then from there, we head north to Monoko Station.
Why there?
To recruit my oldest friend. We'll need the extra firepower, because our next goal will be to take down the Paintress Heart.
Her heart?
Yes. You can't just stroll up to the Paintress. The chroma there is far too dense. It erases anyone who gets close. But if we destroy her heart, the barrier will fall.
Okay. So where is this heart? What does it look like?
What it looks like, that I don't know. But I do know that it's somewhere in the center of old Lumiere.
You found old Lumiere?
Yes.
So it's true. Before the fracture, our Lumiere was part of a larger city on the continent.
I've traveled with many expeditions. I was with the 58th when we found old Lumiere. But Renoir erased them before we could get further. And I don't know much more.
Alright then. Let's go meet your friend at Monoko Station. And then, we'll take the Paintress's heart.
How far up?
Not too high, but... Oh, right. There's no snow in Lumiere.
No. Only in books and...
And just as fun.
Oh. My husband was obsessed with the...
You seem less stressed than the others.
Is that your conclusion? After your extensive observation of our team?
Yes.
There must be better uses of your time than analysing our stress levels.
Well, it's...
Says the mysterious stranger who has yet to share much about himself.
Then consider this my attempt to be less mysterious.
Oh.
I'll trade you. A story for a story.
Well, there are stories, and then there are storms. You first, then.
Something unusual, then? Strange what?
A bit impersonal, hmm? Not really how you get to know each other. No. Tell me something.
Ooh, going straight for the heavy stuff, huh?
If we're going to share.
Story for a story, right?
We'll see.
Your oldest friend?
Yes.
Gustav would have loved that.
Why? Because he liked Jeff?
Because we don't get to enjoy Why are you allying yourself with us?
Not a lot of options out here, in case you hadn't noticed.
What about the previous expeditioners?
That's a terrible way to ask questions.
Given the circumstances, I think we can skip the...
Alliances are usually give. Trust goes both ways.
All right then.
No need,
Well, aren't you a quick study?
but I appreciate the gesture.
Mm-hmm. Trust works both ways.
All right, I'll answer 3 questions.
Only 3.
Someone's a bit greedy.
3 questions with 3 follow-ups.
You're really pushing this.
I think it's reasonable.
All right.
How come Minoko lives so far from the other Jestrels?
Minoko's a searcher. They travel the land looking for Jestrels who went...
The lost Jestrels.
Yeah. That and he...
How come
Minoko...
the lost...
Yeah.
Hey. It's fine.
I just... It's...
The pain we feel. I've tried many ways, but what I needed...
What do you mean?
When I'm tired, I use the pain.
Moaning.
I can almost feel them beside me. Especially when I use chroma.
Feel Gustav.
Yeah.
I'd like to feel him with me too.
You have an affinity for chroma.
How do you...
I don't want to nurse you.
What are you working on?
Contingency plans. If we fail, Expedition 32 will need every bit of information we have.
Right, but how are you going to get it to them?
I asked the Gestrals for help.
Smart.
What are the stars whispering to you?
Actually, I'm the one whispering to them.
Oh?
It's something my dad and I used to do. When I was scared, or anxious, or even when I was happy, he'd say, share it with the stars. When it's hard to talk about things, the stars will understand.
I like that.
I talked to the stars a lot after he was gone.
I remember the night we first met at the Crooked Tower.
Right. After the gommage.
I was surprised to find you there. I thought I was the only one who knew about that room.
I had to get away from the harbour. And those damn petals everywhere. So I climbed up.
It wasn't logical. But part of me really believed my parents and their expedition had succeeded. That they'd stopped her. Then the paintress woke. And I knew they weren't coming home.
You know, it meant a lot to me. The comfort we shared that day. But you avoided me after. Why?
It wasn't personal. cut a lot of people out of my life.
Okay, not personal.
That day, I knew my parents had failed. They were counting on me to finish their work. I couldn't afford distractions.
Friends are not distractions.
I know that now.
Wow. We're in the middle of nowhere with 1 year left to live. What better time to build friendships?
I could use some wine, though.
Making friends is thirsty work.
That was sad.
Yeah.
You were thinking of...
Well, not just her, but...
Want a hug?
Yeah.
She reminds me of someone.
Oh. Well.
Have I met her before?
Well, you also thought you knew Sia.
Oh, but I